So it's time to close. And
we have a few more things to talk about.
We do.
We're getting there.
We do, and these are kind of the homework items that we alluded to earlier. Now is the time when we want to give you those resources to go empower more users and amplify your own GIS. And ultimately, all the things that we've showed, we did a lot of clicking, we did a lot of dragging and demoing, and we talked about the technology, but what that technology is really enabling is capabilities. And when it comes to having a vision in your organization and being able to get that vision to be something that upper level management supports, they really just care about capabilities. They might not necessarily care as a CIO about how you accomplished the service that you're providing to your constituents or your coworkers, your other departments. They just care that the capability was created by the work that you did. And underlying capabilities is this objective, let's call it, to have location intelligence. Because when you have location intelligence, you understand more about the way the different facets of the world are working together. You understand how different pieces of data overlay one another, and you make your community a better place when you think about it geospatially. So let's take a quick look at a video that describes location intelligence more eloquently than I can.
Location intelligence, and how is it changing the way we solve the problems of the future? Location intelligence uses spatial information to empower understanding, insight, decision-making, and prediction. It has applications everywhere, from retail site selection and solving traffic bottlenecks to maintaining and repairing vital infrastructure. Location-based insights are used in many ways. They can create safer, more efficient supply chains. Growers can trace spoiled crops back to the field from which they were picked. Better understanding the trajectory of hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods can help evacuate residents, reduce damage, and save lives, making cities and citizens more resilient to the increasing severity of storms. Modeling wildfire risks empowers local authorities to clear vegetation and coordinate their response to fires. In farming, precision agriculture measures soil moisture and crop health to deliver water and fertilizer only where needed. Optimizing production costs and maximizing crop yields is necessary to feed another 2 billion people by 2050. Location-intelligent organizations allow all participants to create, manage, and share information, making them smarter, more productive, and more efficient. 2/3 of business executives already use location intelligence to gain a competitive edge. More than half use it to create new market opportunities. For this reason, 97% of companies believe location intelligence is crucial to their success. Most say they plan to invest in location intelligence technologies. We've only just begun to explore the potential of combining spatial information with prediction. Just as we would have once been hard-pressed to imagine all the uses for smartphones, we're still discovering how location intelligence, combined with emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, will uncover new insights and provide a map of the future. Esri, the science of where.
So hopefully that short video gave you a better idea of what we mean by location intelligence and its importance. But there's more to it. As Nicole mentioned, capabilities, that's great. Location intelligence, got it. What we need, though, is to put everything together into a geospatial strategy. So, hey, Sarah, sounds great. How do we get started? Well, our friends at Esri Canada helped us out. They've done a lot of research, and they compiled and boiled it down to a report, and the URL is on the slide here, a report talking about how to be successful creating a geospatial strategy, how to be successful with location intelligence. They interviewed, I think it was a few hundred organizations across Canada to identify what specifically made them successful or was a barrier to success, and then completed the report with that information. So it's a wealth of information to help you get started.
And this didn't happen in a vacuum. In an Esri-only world, there are lots of global agencies conducting similar types of research who are interested in how companies are winning with data and analytics. So McKinsey & Company, a global firm, conducted a study that showed among all of the interviews of C-suite, I think 500 different executives, what enabled them to be successful at data and analytics. And the results of this report showed that having a strategy was the thing that made or break their success. The lack of a strategy was something that stood as a roadblock to their success at data and analytics.
And when we're talking about engaging executives, many executives are going to be on board with this because they know it's needed, they want to be successful. Well, what happens if your executives need a little more convincing? Well, once again, our friends at Esri Canada came through for us, and after additional research, they boiled down to 5 main points of how to get your executive on board with the geospatial strategy. When executives are talking about leveraging technology or to improve their workflows with customers, help them understand how to use location as a differentiator. When your executives need a digital strategy or IT strategy, help them understand why a geospatial or location-based strategy is key to implement along with the digital and IT strategy.
And maybe you're listening to us talk and thinking, I'm just a GIS analyst or a GIS manager. How am I going to go to my county CIO or the head of the IT department and convince them that geospatial strategy belongs in their overarching strategy? Well, I would understand if you were thinking that. It seems daunting. But we have some resources that I'll recommend now to help you get started. Because if you have the vision to amplify your GIS, you can get started in one corner of your world with one map or one app. And you can also reference this document to think about how you can amplify that effect even further. Another document, which I reference quite often, is this one, Architecting the ArcGIS Platform, because it covers 4 facets that play a role in succeeding with geospatial technology and geospatial strategy in general. And so obviously we're a technology company that includes data and technology, but potentially even more important are the people and the processes that play a role in succeeding at data and analytics. And this document is updated 3 to 4 times a year. I download it quite often. I just recommended it to a friend who is interviewing with us in a few short days. So I encourage you to take a look at it and make some check marks on the document against which best practices you're meeting today and which ones you think you could take a bite out of and impact in the near future.
So out of the 4 keys to success on this slide that Nicole already mentioned, at the top of the list it's people. Did you know that Esri doesn't just make software? Oh no. We also support you in your professional development efforts with a wealth of resources to meet your educational needs as well as your learning style. I mean, of the list we have, we have
webinars,
and books,
blogs,
and MOOCs, the personal at-home use license,
certifications,
other trainings, GeoNet community,
social media, learning plans. There's the whole suite of them.
You get the idea. We have a wealth of resources available for you. One community to remember is the GeoNet community. We've mentioned it before. It bears repeating. The GeoNet community is a great place to connect with each other, the GIS community, as well as Esri staff.
So speaking of communities that are a great place to connect with Esri staff, the Early Adopter Community is one that you can join if you want to get your hands on not only beta technology that's pre-release, but also alpha versions. And you can contribute your insight, your user testing of pre-release software, and communicate back to our product teams and play a role in that product development by lending us your opinion so that we understand how to make our technology better suit your needs.
And one more community that we just started this year, it's for our Esri Regional Office Hub. And this is impactful because it's another way for you to engage with your community at a regional level, to meet and leverage your Esri account team, as well as share local GIS events across the broader community. These sites are meant to help inspire you and support you and help you engage with other users as well as Esri.
I know for sure when I was an Esri customer, I wasn't always exactly sure, where is my regional office located? Who are the staff members there? And what projects are being worked on in the community? So this is the space to go. But speaking of events, the largest geospatial event in the world is the International User Conference, held every year in San Diego. So just a hop, skip, and a jump for all of you guys, quite a travel for us, but we love going and we love seeing you there, not only at the user conference throughout the week, but also all of the related and concurrent events that are happening the weekend prior and ongoing throughout the UC. There are even pre-conference workshops that you can register for. If you've already gotten that travel rationalization approved and you're making the trip to San Diego, why not join us for another event while you're there? And if you can't make it to the UC, there are regional user conferences. So this is a big deal for us in the Midwest, for our users that maybe couldn't make the trip to San Diego, but they still want to hear the latest and greatest. We bring a smaller, more focused user conference experience to the different sectors of the country and do our best to distill all that great information into a shorter conference. And then, of course, we have specialized conferences for our federal users as well as our developers throughout the year.
And in addition to our Esri-focused meetings and conferences, we also have a slew of events that are industry-focused, such as water utilities, oil and gas, etc. So most are listed here. I also want to point out we have meetups. We have so many different meetups that are industry-focused as well. In fact, we have at last count, it was over 28,000 members across our different meetups. And what's even better about our meetups, if you have to miss one of the meetups, they're all recorded, so it's easy for you to get back in the swing of things and refer to them when you do have time.
So we've covered a lot today.
We've covered a lot today.
And really, we hope that if you leave with nothing else, you'll feel compelled to get more out of the technology that you already have. You'll feel compelled to drop the pebble in the water and try to amplify all of the great work that you're already doing and make it extend its reaches further across your organization. If you're ready to develop and deploy new strategies and new technology, you're always welcome to talk to your Esri account team, and we can help you learn more about any of those new opportunities, new geo-enabled systems and platforms that we demoed or referred to today. And speaking of your Esri account team, we are here as account managers and solution engineers to help you with your geospatial strategy. So if you're ready to take those next steps, please reach out. Please download these documents. Please get a hold of us. We have a great road mapping activity that we're doing with some of our customers, and we want to hear from you if you're ready to amplify your GIS.
And last but not least, thank you. These events are for you. We need your feedback, good, bad, and ugly. You'll be receiving a survey for today's events in a few short days. We want your feedback. Again, Esri is a user-driven company. We do these events periodically because we want to help you do the best work that you can do with our technology. So thank you once again for coming in today.
We greatly appreciate the time you've spent with us, especially if you're staying in the afternoon workshop. We greatly appreciate your attendance at that. And we really appreciate how attentive and engaging you guys were today. It was a real honor and blast to be with you here in Redlands.
And that's all we have. Thanks, everybody. Travel safely.